"Will you walk me to school?" the little girl asked a grumpy CEO millionaire who lived next door. The first time little Emily knocked on Mr. Donovan Hale's towering, polished oak door, he nearly ignored it. The wealthy CEO was far too busy staring at the endless spreadsheets on his laptop, chasing another deal that promised to make his fortune grow even larger. But the knocking came again, gentle, persistent, almost shy. Donovan sighed, slammed his laptop shut, and yanked open the door. There she stood. A small girl, no more than 7, with a crooked braid, oversized glasses that kept slipping down her nose, and a faded pink backpack nearly half her size. She looked up at him with eyes far too big and far too hopeful. "Mr. Hale," she asked softly. "Will you walk me to school?" For a moment, Donovan just blinked. The words didn't compute. Walk her to school. He was a man who barely had time to walk from his limousine to his office without glancing at his phone. "No," he muttered. "Ask your parents." Her lips trembled. I don't have anyone to walk me. My mom leaves early for work. And my dad, he's not here anymore." Something in her voice made Donovan pause. Not pity, he hated pity. But a crack in his armor stirred. Still, he grunted and closed the door. The next morning, she was there again. Same knock. Same hopeful look. "Please, Mr. Hale. Just this once." And somehow, against every fiber of his cold, overworked heart, Donovan found himself standing on the sidewalk minutes later, awkwardly matching his long, purposeful strides to her tiny, skipping steps. She chattered the whole way, about spelling tests, her favorite crayons, the way her teacher wore funny socks. Donovan gave nothing but the occasional grunt. Yet, when she waved at him at the school gates, her smile did something strange. It lingered in his mind all day, cutting through boardroom debates and contract negotiations. Days turned into weeks. Every morning, Emily appeared. Every morning, Donovan said no. And every morning, somehow, he ended up walking beside her. He told himself it was just quicker than arguing. But deep down, he knew something was shifting. One gray morning, as they walked under the crisp autumn leaves, Emily asked, "Mr. Hale, why are you always frowning?" He almost laughed. "Because the world is a serious place, kid. Smiling doesn't make money." She stopped in her tracks, looking at him with those impossibly big eyes. "Maybe not money," she whispered, "but it makes hearts richer." Those words clung to him like a shadow. The unexpected turn came one Friday. Donovan arrived home late, expecting silence, but instead found police lights flickering outside Emily's small, worn house. Her mother had collapsed at work from exhaustion, leaving Emily alone and frightened. Without thinking, Donovan stepped forward, not as a neighbor, not as a CEO, but as the only person she had nearby. She ran into his arms, sobbing, "Don't leave me, Mr. Hale. Please don't." And for the first time in decades, Donovan felt tears sting his own eyes. He didn't leave. He stayed that night, cooking her scrambled eggs badly, helping her with homework, and tucking her into bed with a promise, "You're not alone anymore." From that day on, everything changed. Donovan adjusted his schedule, cutting meetings short, rescheduling flights, just so he could keep walking Emily to school. He even started visiting her mom in the hospital, quietly paying her bills when no one was watching. The once grumpy millionaire began smiling in boardrooms. He donated to local schools, sponsored aftercare programs, even built a community library. But the most radical change was inside him. He rediscovered what it meant to care, to give without expecting anything in return. The emotional climax came months later at Emily's school talent show. She stood nervously on stage, clutching a microphone too big for her hands. "My song," she said, "is for the person who walks me to school every day. He doesn't know it, but he saved me. He gave me a friend, a protector, a family." Her voice trembled as she sang a simple tune, off-key, but filled with pure love. Donovan, sitting in the front row in his expensive tailored suit, covered his face with his hands. For the first time in his life, he cried openly. When the song ended, Emily ran straight into his arms. And in that moment, Donovan Hale, once a man consumed by wealth, power, and endless deals, realized the richest investment he had ever made was in a little girl's trust. Ending uplift. From then on, Donovan wasn't just the grumpy CEO next door. He became Emily's second father, her fiercest protector, and the neighbor who never let her walk alone again. And he discovered something extraordinary. Sometimes, the smallest voices carry the biggest lessons. A child's simple request, "Will you walk me to school?" can change a hardened heart, rewrite a lonely life, and remind us that true wealth is found not in what we own, but in who we walk beside.